How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draft to the Future. And we're just kind of checking up on our player profile, guys. So, throughout the summer scouting, we looked at some people who stood out to us. We did individual videos on them. And now what we're going to do is just try to do some quick hitting, little updates on what we noticed and kind of take it from there. So, got my handy dandy notepad. Look, Eric O'Neal out of Rutgers. He was the number 4 defender for his team. He didn't have a ton snap-wise. He had 38 snaps, 3 tackles, 1 solo, 1 hurry. He had a 70.1 overall grade, a 63.7 pass rush grade, and a 13.6 pass rush win rate. So solid outing for him, solid day. In the Duke game, I had Terry Moore, who's still recovering from an ACL, so Terry didn't get any plays. Wish him a speedy recovery. Really looking forward to seeing him. Chandler Rivers. Chandler Rivers, I think very highly of you, young man. He was the number 5 defender for his team. He had 24 coverage snaps, 1 target, 1 reception. I was like, well, he had 1 target in 24 pass snaps, 1 reception, which was a 4-yard loss. He had a 71.7 defense grade, and coincidentally, that was also his coverage grade. So Rivers is continuing to do his job. On an unfortunate side of things, we get him in Missouri, and for some reason, they put Cayden Green at left tackle. I think that's unfair to him. He's a mauler. He's awesome in that area, and I like him at guard. But I don't think tackle did him any favors. He had 60 snaps, 33 pass rush snaps, 27 run snaps. He allowed a sack, he allowed a hurry, he allowed 2 pressures. He had a 65 overall grade, which is actually kind of average if you know PFF's area. So I know a lot of people, they think about grades at school. You never want a 65. In PFF, 65 is an average starter grade, so it's not the end of the universe, but it's not the elite anyone would want. He had a 53.6 pass block rate, which is bad, and a 67.2 run block grade, which is coming up on above average. But his you put him out there because you think maybe he could really shine, and I don't think his athleticism is going to let him be there. Now it's week 1. Maybe you put a guy out there, you let him try. But I can't remember who Missouri played. They're only going to be playing better athletes, and there's one play where he got whiffed pretty bad. So I think he can be a good guard in the NFL. We'll just have to see. Kicking it over to Houston, my boy Tanner Kazoil did not disappoint. 7 targets, 7 receptions, 63 yards, 1 touchdown, 3.15 yards per route run, 2 contested catches, both caught 100%. That boy did work. Now, this was against STF Austin, so he's going to face some stiffer competition, but he absolutely did his job in his first game out in Houston, so props to him. Over to Oregon, Makhi Hughes, he only had 1 or 2 carries, so I don't have any information on why he didn't get more opportunities, but I hope he does. Let me find my other notes, because my boy Alex Harkey now, I liked him transferring. I thought he was going to do big things. He was the number 1 graded offensive player for Oregon. 54 snaps, 28 pass snaps, 26 run snaps, 86.2 pass block grade, 84.5 run block grade. He was the number 14 graded tackle in PFF overall. He had 0 pressures, 0 hurries, 0 sacks. So he did his job. Big props to him. Really proud of what I saw out of that. For what it's worth, like he's waiting to see what I think of him. But I'm always pleasantly surprised. Well, not surprised. I'm always pleased when players who catch my eye continue to shine. Let me make sure I didn't skip anyone because I had to move around. Tanner Kazoil, Makhi Hughes. All right, let's talk about my ASU kids. I know I'm wearing a Syracuse jersey. I also like ASU. So jersey. but I do love me some ASU. Jordyn Tyson, Sam Leavitt. So let's go with Tyson. He was a yak monster. He's still a yak monster. 16 targets, 12 receptions, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very important. Some people, I mentioned it in the video, how drops they looked bad. And I kept saying, yeah, they look worse than they are. 0 drops this week. Keep that up. He's looking like he's going to creep up in that first round range. Again, that top tier speed, he might be fast enough, folks. And so he has 64.7 receiving grade, 2.6 yard per route run. I'd like to see that go up a little more, but I can't really blame him for running all the plays he was told to run. And man, they had him doing a lot of bubble screens, which is another thing that they did. But I'm not saying he didn't run any deep routes, but I'd like to see him get a little more route tree action. But that's more a coaching thing. Every opportunity he had, he made the most of. Sam Leavitt, kind of an up and down day for Leavitt, but of the big name quarterbacks, I think he's one of the better guys. 25 of 39, 63.2%. Want a little more accuracy. He had a really ugly interception near the end of the game. I think he was just kind of slinging it for fun. But you can't really do that. So he had 2 TDs in the air. Then he had 7 rushes for 73 yards and another 2 TDs. So dual threat. I think Sam is in there. Jalen Daniels, Sam Leavitt, Nussmeier, because of what he did. Those are guys I would put in that Heisman race if I'm just thinking off the top of my head. The kid out of Florida State earned some recognition. So Leavitt, getting back to him, he only had 6.6 yards per attempt. You want that to be above 7. So I'm not really sure why ASU was doing all that short stuff. Hopefully they open up that offense later on. What else do we got? He had a 56.2 pass grade, 60.4 under pressure. So he's pretty good under pressure, and that's one of the things that caught my eye with him to begin with. Speaking of quarterbacks, Fernando Mendoza, I wrote down here, meh. No touchdowns, no interceptions. 18 of 33, 54.5%. That's got to come up. 193 yards, only 5.8 yards per attempt. So again, a lot of short stuff. He had a 2.9 big time throw rate and no turnover worthy play rate. So there's good and then there's not good, and that's why he kind of ends meh. 74.4 overall, 67.5 pass rating, 40.2 pressure grade, which is not great, but one of the distinctions why I look at that pressure grade is 40.2 isn't good, but outside of some really top-notch guys, 40.2 is closer to the norm than it is bad. I mean, everyone's bad. That's why Leavitt and some other guys are more impressive, because their grades are better under pressure than you would expect. Let me see here. Who else do I got? Cade Klubnik. I watched the game live and felt a lot of frustration. There were definitely times when he felt panicked, and I'm not going to hide from that. There were definitely times when he tried to play hero ball. There were definitely throws that he needs back. That interception was ugly. I get it. But I watched that game again, and there were some grown man throws. There were some great throws, too. I had a night to sleep on it. I had a chance to watch some of the tape again, and on the second watch through, it wasn't as bad as it felt during the first watch through. He only had a 50% completion rate. That is not where it needs to be. 19 to 38, 230 yards, 6.1 yards per attempt. So all these guys really low yards per attempt. I hope that changes. And a 55 pass grade, 49.1 pressure grade. So again, remember, Mendoza's number, his number, those are comparable numbers. To want someone to be elite against pressure, I mean, I'd like that too. But I don't think, of all the big name guys, I would say Nussmeier had the best day. I would say Nussmeier won week 1 in the battle to be the best quarterback. I do think that Sam Leavitt is in there for the number 2 guy, and I don't know that this week against that defense was that atrocious. And since I'm on that game, let me point out a thing that I noticed watching the tape. All of Cade's bad plays were a direct result of all of Harold Perkins Jr.'s dominant plays. That guy was a monster, and I'm kind of like, I told you not to forget him. So he was the number 4 LSU defender, 5 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1.5 tackle for loss, 71.2 grade overall, 77.8 run defense grade, 65.4 pass rush grade, 63.9 coverage grade, 0 missed tackles. So in his intro video, I said these missed tackles got to go down. He played Clemson and had 0. Harold Perkins, welcome to the first round grade conversation. Man, it's going to be hard. If you're there in my second pick in my shadow team draft, I don't know if I can pass you up, dude. Keep balling out, keep playing. It was awesome to see. Really great work. Staying on, let's stay on defense. I got Zane Durant. Number 12. PSU defender, 1 tackle for a loss. He had a really cool interception that was more like it got deflected. So I mean, right place, right time. It wasn't necessarily the greatest play ever, but he made the play that fell in his lap. 68.9 PFF grade, 69.5 run defense, 56.2 pass rush grade, 4 out of 4 in a true pass set. So I got to give credit where it's due. When they were like real drop back passes, he won those sets. But still kind of the same like hide and seek sort of thing with Zane. So hopefully he gets more flash plays and gets a little more consistent. And I still need to see him be around more often. So now I want to take a moment to talk about another offensive lineman. We got Jake Slaughter. He was the number 1 graded player for his team as well. He had a 91.5 overall grade, 37 snaps, 22 pass, 15 run. He had an 81.2 pass rush grade and a 90.2 run block grade. 0 pressures, 0 hurries, 0 sacks. I saw nothing from Slaughter that didn't make me think I still have him as my number 1 center. I know there are a couple other people that people are liking, but he's the one I like. And to finish it off with another lineman, this time on the defense, we'll talk about Makail Kamara. So he still did things that were worthy of note. He was the number 3 graded defender for Indiana, so you can't hate on that. He only had 1 tackle, 1 hurry, but he had a 13.3 pass rush win rate and a 100% true pass rush win rate. 72.9 overall, 69.8 run defense, 67.7 pass rush grade. So what he was good at, he still did well at, but he still had a 0 defense, a 0 run stop win rate, and that's with a 69.8 run defense grade. So on one hand, there is reason for optimism. On the other hand, I'm hoping he does more against the run. I'm hoping he gets more opportunities against the run. So that's an update on all the guys I talked about in the summer. Just a couple shout outs that I want to give because I took the time to do it, and I'm just sitting here. Quarterbacks. Nussmeier, I think, again, won the week. I think Leavitt is still doing work. This kid, Maverick McIver, for Western Kentucky. I mean, he's playing in a smaller area, but he's showing me some stuff. Surrey Robinson, he was good under pressure. He was great with his time to throw. So he deserves some credit. And then another guy, Caitlin Hauser, is a name that I keep seeing. Again, good under pressure, good time to throw. Pressure to sack rate, like it's just a name that I want to follow. And then Jalen Rayner is another name that I want to follow. A good pressure to sack rate. What else did he do well in here? Just passer grade overall. So wanted to give him a shout out because I'm looking at quarterbacks. Wide receivers, my boy like Makail Lemon, my boy Jordyn Tyson. I do think Carnell Tate in OSU did a good job as well. He didn't really stand out in the metrics that I look at. Watching him on the field, though, I was happy. And I think Jordyn Tyson really kind of knocked it out of the park. Other edge rushers I thought stood out. David Bailey, Max Llewellyn did some good work. Toby Osunsumi, I hope I pronounced his name right. He's still doing good work up there. And then, just a couple other guys I know Ryan will mention, but I had the data there, so I thought I'd give the guys shout outs. So, bit of a longer video, but just trying to give you an update as quickly as I can. We'll keep giving you updates weekly, and we'll see you when we go live, but this is where you go to see what we think of our summer scouting guys. Hope you enjoy. Please remember to give it a like and subscribe. Remember, over here, we are data-driven, film confirmed, and we're happy to interact with you guys. Tune in for our next live show. We'll see you around. Bye. God bless.